This month was my highest month of dividend income ever, and in total I received 9 different payments from some heavy hitting stocks and ETFs like Altria Group and SCHD, and in this video we're going to go through each of those payments and add them all up to reveal my dividend income for the month as well as my total income received so far in 2024. But before we get to those, I want to hear from you. Leave me a comment below and let me know what was your highest dividend payment this month and which stock did it come from. I'd be curious to know. Anyway guys, getting into it, the first dividend payment I received in July came from none other than Coca-Cola, who paid me $11.27, and this was actually my last ever dividend payment from Coca-Cola. Taking a look at my sold positions here, I sold out of all 23 shares of Coca-Cola right at the start of July, and upon selling my average cost was about $51.50, and I sold right around $63 per share, which means that my share price returns were about 22.5%, but including dividends in that on a total return basis, I ended up locking in a 34.5% gain, which is not too shabby. But anyway guys, moving on to the second payment that I received. This one came from Altria Group, and this was a huge payment. I received just over $55 from Altria, bringing my total so far for the month to $66.32, and Altria Group in terms of share price performance had a really strong month. Over here guys, we can see that just in the last 30 days, Altria saw a gain of about 10.7%, and if we zoom out looking at the year-to-date performance, so far in 2024, Altria has done really well. It's up over 25%. And as far as my Altria position goes, I have just over 56 shares of this Dividend King at an average cost of $42.63. So with the share price just above $50, which is crazy to see, it really was not that long ago, it was under $40. But with this guys, I'm up about 18.3% in terms of share price, and including dividends on a total return basis, I'm up over 35%. And by the way guys, all of that we just saw was from Snowball Analytics, which is actually the sponsor of today's video. This is a really cool portfolio tracker that I've been using lately, and I want to tell you a little bit more about them. One of the most essential tools for any investor is a solid portfolio tracker, and Snowball Analytics is like the Swiss Army knife of portfolio trackers. I've been using this platform to track my own portfolio for a while now, and I'm extremely impressed by just how much insight it provides into my portfolio. As you can see, the layout is very clean and intuitive, and I found the platform pretty easy to navigate. Plus, it's packed with more charts and graphs than you can count, which speaks to just how much insight it offers not only into your portfolio, but also at the individual stock level as well. Pretty much anything you want to know about a company's financials or dividend history can be found here within the platform. Now, in my opinion, what really sets Snowball Analytics apart are the features it has designed specifically for dividend investors. I'm actually convinced that this platform was made for us, and here are some of my favorite features. First off, Snowball tells you your total returns by default throughout the platform, which may sound like a small thing, but it's crucial for dividend investors because it doesn't neglect the dividend income we receive when calculating returns. Most other portfolio trackers will only show share price returns, which really is only half of the equation, so it's refreshing to see dividends factored into these calculations. Additionally, Snowball also has a pretty robust event calendar that keeps you updated with upcoming news, events, and dividend payments. They even have a dedicated dividend calendar so you can see who's paying you each month, when they're paying, and how much they're paying. Later on in the video, we're actually going to use this tool to see all of my upcoming dividend payments for this next month, so stay tuned for that. And then another favorite feature of mine is Snowball's backtest tool, which lets you see how your portfolio stacks up against the S&P or any other benchmark across multiple time periods. And once again, dividends are included in the calculations, which is awesome. So overall, if you're looking for a great portfolio tracker, which once again is something that every investor needs, I highly recommend you check out Snowball Analytics, which you can actually do for free. All you need to do is click the link in the description or in the pinned comment, or just scan this QR code right here to get a free 14-day trial. And if you like it, you can save 10% on your subscription using the code Ryne Williams. I've personally really enjoyed using Snowball Analytics, and I know you will too, so definitely check out that 14-day trial, and don't forget to use the code Ryne Williams to save 10% on your subscription. But anyway guys, getting back to it, this brings us to the third dividend payment I received in July. This one came from KRC, who paid me $41.58, another really nice payment, and this officially brings the total over the $100 mark for the month and leaves me sitting at $107.90. And just like Altria Group, KRC also had a really strong month. Looking at the share price performance, just in the last 30 days, KRC is up 15.5%, so very, very impressive. But if we zoom out looking at the year-to-date performance, it's still down to the tune of about 9.6%, so still quite a big drop. And if you look at that purple line right there, that purple dashed line, that's going to show my average cost per share. We can see that right now the current share price is below my average cost, so I am seeing a bit of a loss. And to be exact, looking at my position, I have 77 shares. My average cost is $37.48. The current share price is exactly $30 $36. So in terms of share price, I'm down about 4%, but thank goodness for dividends because that's bringing me back in the green. And on a total return basis, I'm up about 5% with KRC. And now guys, moving on to payment number 4, this one was another really solid one. This one came from Blue Owl Capital Corporation, who paid me just over $43 for the month. And this is going to bring my total so far to $150.97. And taking a look at my position, I have 116.4 shares of Blue Owl at an average cost of $13.49. And right now the current share price is exactly $2 above that, which is going to leave me with a 14.8% gain and a total return, including dividends, that's more than double that, which is awesome. So those dividends definitely give me a nice boost. And with that, guys, this is going to bring us to payment number 5, which came from WP Carey. WP Carey also paid me a really nice dividend of $33.15, which is going to bring my total for the month so far to $184.12. And WP Carey was absolutely on fire this month, guys. Looking at the share price performance, WP Carey was up over 10% just in the last 30 days, which is pure class. Very classy move from WP Carey. If we zoom out looking at the year-to-date performance, it's still down 6.4%. And on a similar note, my position is still in the red, at least in terms of share price. I mean, I have 38.1 shares of WP Carey at an average cost of $65.33. And right now the current share price is $60.64. So this is going to leave me with a 7.2% loss. But on a total return basis, those dividends do bring me back in the green just a little bit. And including dividends, I'm up 1.25%. And now guys, moving on to payment number 6. This one came from one of the 2 monthly payers in my portfolio. We're talking Main Street Capital Corporation, who paid me $13.79, bringing the total so far to about $198. And looking at the share price performance real quick, in the last 30 days, it wasn't anything spectacular. Main was up just about 1%. But if we zoom out looking at the performance so far in 2024, it's been absolutely on fire. It's up 18%. And if we zoom out once more over the last 365 days, it gets even better. It's up 20.6%. So over this last year, Main Street has just been on a tear and is quite a bit above my average cost per share right now, as we can see from that purple dotted line right there. And to be exact, looking at my position, I have 56.25 shares of Main Street and my average cost is $40.66. So right now the current share price is about $51 per share, very high for Main Street, but this is going to leave me with a 25.4% share price return and a 38.6% total return. But anyway, guys, now moving on to payment number 7. This one came from the other monthly payer in my portfolio. You guys know the one. This is the monthly dividend company, Realty Income, who paid me $26.34 in July, bringing the total officially across the $200 mark to $224.25. And guys, there must have been something in the water for these REITs because as we can see, Realty Income also saw a really nice gain this last month. Just in the last 30 days, it was up 10%. And taking a look at my position, I have just over 100 shares of Realty Income at an average cost about $54.50 per share. And right now the current share price is just above 58, so it really soared this last month. But anyway, this is going to leave me with a 6.6% share price return and a 13% total return. Now guys, those were all of the payments that I received in my taxable account for the month, but with that I still had 2 more come in from my Roth IRA on M1 Finance, with the first payment coming from SCHD, who paid me a whopping $66.38 in July, which is my highest individual payment of all time. A new record, and this is going to bring my total so far for the month to another new record, $290.63, which is very cool. And if we take a quick look at my SCHD position, I have 84.5 shares at an average cost of just about $75 per share. So with the current share price right at about $82.50, so SCHD is officially over $80 now, this is going to leave me with a share price return of just under 10%. But anyway, guys, this is going to bring us to the 9th and final payment I received in July, which came from VU, the other ETF in my Roth IRA, and VU paid me just about $15 in July. And if we take a look at my VU position, I have just under 9 shares at an average cost of $421.63, and right now the current share price is just at about $500, so this is going to leave me with a near 19% share price return. But anyway, with that final payment from VU, guys, that is going to bring my total dividend income for the month and this new record to $305.61, officially across the $300 mark for the very first time. And this month's income represents a 60% gain compared to this time last year. In July of 2023, I brought in $191.19. And just a quick note, this large year-over-year jump only happened because SCHD which once again just paid me my largest individual payment of all time, paid in June last year instead of paying in July. So we're just getting that big boost from SCHD. But anyway, now looking at the annual total so far in 2024, I have brought in $1,560.03, which is a 26.11% year-over-year increase compared to the first 7 months of 2023, where in this time period, I only brought in $1,237. So we're up, over $300 for the year compared to last year. And with that, now that we've taken a look at all of my dividend payments from this month, I want to switch gears and show you all of the companies that are going to be paying me in this upcoming month here in August. And to do this, guys, we are back over here looking at the dividend calendar tool over on Snowball Analytics. Once again, there is a link to start using this platform in the description of the video or in the pinned comment. I highly recommend you guys check it out. And starting at the top here with this first payment I'll receive in August, this one's going to come from Lowe's. So if we pull that up, we can see that Lowe's is going to be paying on August 7th, which is 10 days from when I'm recording this. But anyway, Lowe's is going to pay me about $19 for the month, so that'll be really nice. Now moving on to the second payment, this one will be coming a week later from EPD, who will pay me a whopping $59.24. That will be a really nice payment. And then it looks like on August 15th, we have a string of payments coming in, starting with this one here from Procter & Gamble, who will pay me $28.23. And then also on the 15th, we've got this one from Realty Income, who will be paying $26.34, similar to this month. And then the third payment that will be coming in on the 15th will be coming from AbbVie, who will pay $15.59. And then the last one I'll receive on the 15th will come from the other monthly payer, Main Street Capital Corporation, once again paying $13.79. And then after the 15th, guys, and the following week on the 23rd, I'll be getting a dividend payment from Williams-Sonoma for $20.50. That'll be really nice. And then last but not least, we will be closing out the month with Starbucks. And according to this, Starbucks will be paying me $40.90. But as we can see, the ex-dividend date for Starbucks is not until the 16th. So I still have some more time to accumulate shares before Starbucks goes ex-dividend. And I've been buying Starbucks pretty regularly lately, so I would imagine that when it's all said and done, this dividend payment from Starbucks will be a bit higher than what we're seeing here. But anyway, with all of those payments, if we zoom in, guys, we can see that I should be bringing in $223.45, or at least that amount, because like I said, with Starbucks, we should be getting more. But either way, August is shaping up to be another really solid month of dividends. And with that, if you're in the market for some cheap dividend stocks, then check out this next video right over here, where I'm telling you about 3 very deeply discounted stocks that all look like great pickups right now as we head into August. So click right over here to check those out, and I'll see you in the next one.